is Molly May, a Bod Pause Pod and other nice stuff with me, Molly May. Chubbish, I'm hot, you're hot, she's hot, chubbish. It's Molly Wally Balls and Wieners. Thank you for listening today. Molly Wally Balls and Wieners. That's my favorite nickname I've ever had. Gifted to me by my Emma, and she stole it from a drunk sorority girl in 2014. Isn't it great? And it's the best when it's hollered real loud, so you can just like swallow it whole. Like, Molly Wally Balls and Wieners! And it only works with Molly. I've tried the balls and wieners part with other names, and it's not so good. I think I love it. I think I'll like DIY make a t-shirt of it tonight. Right, like Molly Wally Balls and Wieners. Like a jersey. She's so great. I love her so much. My Emma. Isn't that just lovely? Like, I think it's just so lovely. Today I'm going to talk about being naked. So get ready for that one. To get you warmed up, what I can't take off this week before I take it all off. See what I did there? I'm way over caffeinated. I can't take off my, this is tough because, like, I just want to be naked. I guess it'd be a good time for me to talk about the sheer power in satin robes. Full-length satin robes. I exist in my home exclusively in satin robes. And usually they like come with a belt. Throw the belts away. Or I'll use them with I'll make them like a neckerchief scarf situation. Dual purpose, these robes. Because they don't make good plus size robes that I can fully wrap anyway. And like maybe that's why I'm a nudie Judy all the time. Because they don't make proper plus size robes. So like get your shit. I find great joy in men's robes. And they're really kind of the only ones that do it for me. Because you need that like oversized, like I can really flow in it. Like you don't want a tight on the arms robe. Satin is chicest. Although I wear Johnny's like proper man robe when it's like really cold and snowy and it has a hood. I was like, why don't they make women's with hoods? So it's just like, it's basically like a big sweatshirt. Johnny's is like, what a lucky girl I am. But when I'm just like tinkering around or getting ready and like doing my hair, I like the vibe of a satin. It's very easy breezy, very luxury, very airy. And I don't think a woman can have enough robes. And that's something I learned when I turned 30. Robes are a real key to comfort and confidence. And I'll tell you why confidence comes from a robe. It's like a duster that you wear at home, right? You're like, do I love a duster? I've capitalized on dusters every other fucking time I open my mouth. So I have a taupe. What a funny word taupe is. Taupe. It's like the worst thing you can say in a microphone, taupe. I have a taupe colored satin robe that I got from Forever 21. That was a recommendation from the style guru Alex Michael May. And it has like feathered cuffs and trim. Like, okay. The scene in Annie where Miss Hannigan is like all boozy and she's like in and out of the bathtub with hiccups, and she's like, what's the song? Little girls. And she's just like a perfectly like tragic, drunken, but like chic deek mess. That's the vibe of this robe. And it's just like a perfect Miss Hannigan vibe. Carol Burnett, Miss Hannigan. So while we're at it, let's just make Alex Michael May the one to follow this week. She's a plus size fashion icon and truly like everyday BFF vibes. She's a real deal Instagram celeb. She's Insta famous. And one time I had the pleasure of geeking out with her together in our DMs about robes. And again, like the joys of Instagram and the interconnectivity that it gives us. Like I would not have this Alex Michael May robe in my life if she wouldn't have been all like, psst, check this out. You know, like every day she's just chipper and cute and styling herself like she owns the game. I mean, like she does. Alex Michael May, give her a follow. She's no relation to the Molly May gracing your ears right now, but we can just pretend that she is. She's very lovely. My cousin, Alex Michael May. She's not. The song of the day. The song of the day. Sing it to me. The song of the day. That's not the song of the day. I just had forgotten what the song of the day was. The song of the day is so obviously Lizzo's Excuse Me. As duh. It's the nudie episode. As a big woman, she paints the narrative of my reflection and seeing my naked fucking beauty and enjoying my thick, gorgeous body because I am a goddess. Lizzo makes us feel like goddesses. She's a goddess. She's like the celebrant over my body and makes me feel like, fuck yeah, I'm hot. Right? Like Lizzo makes me feel hot. And her shows, my God, okay, seeing Lizzo live, she's always, they're always my favorite shows. And as a girl that really came up in Minneapolis, I've had the pleasure of seeing her perform a myriad of times, and it's always a party. And she has, this harem of amazing women around her all the time, and like, what an inspiring girl gang. And these two women, and I'm forgetting what she called them. I think she just calls them the big girls, are her backup dancers for every show, and I've gone on tour with her, and it's just like so fucking amazing to watch them move. It's always a party. And when Prince died and the streets flooded with mourners in the Twin Cities around First Ave, Lizzo flew in last minute to get on stage and sing The Beautiful Ones. And the entire city block, like all of our jaws were on the floor like weepish. It was a moment and like beyond fucking gorgeous. Like that was the first time that I had like seen Lizzo and gone like, holy fucking shit, she can do anything. Like what a true artist. And Lizzo always gives us those moments, and she's just like a fucking powerhouse and is doing big fucking things for big girls. She's worked her ass off. She's not been given. She's worked her ass off for this amazing platform. And she's being a body advocate and a preacher and really celebrating us, right, us big girls. I love her dearly. I sound like I know her, but like as a fan, like Lizzo, I love her dearly, and we all do. And this is not new content. Let's cut to the chase. I'm naked. Not right now. That sounded like I'm naked right now. I'm wearing clothes right now, but you wouldn't know that, actually. So maybe I am naked. I'm naked in my home. Often. If not, we could just say all the time. My family consists of, like, in my home, my husband and my dog. And like the first time that Rosie, my dog, saw me naked, I was like, this is not, we can't do this. And it was like, you know, that childlike love. But we're over that, and now she's a dog, but she's still my dog child, but yeah, I can be naked. So yeah, I'm naked in my home all the time, right? Like I don't have barriers. I don't have kids that are like, well, you can't be naked. So it's great, and I'm really loving it. And I think that my love of being naked is a behavior that is passed down to me. Like I think it is a genetic thing from my mother. So me, as a woman who sits in front of a microphone and spouts on and on about my life, I tried to make it a point to paint all of the loves in my life as bright as I see them. So I made a phone call to my mom today, essentially being like, hi, I want to like talk about being naked. Can you be a part of this? She was like, I don't know. But I think I can best serve that dialogue up as like an actual like script situation. So this is my voice. I will be playing both parts. This is my voice. And this is going to be my mom. And she's not from anywhere in the South. Like, we live in Iowa, but I never get the opportunity to do this accent. So I'm going to do it. And that's, you know, so you can hear the difference. And I don't have to keep saying, Molly said this, and then Mom said this. It's going to be this, okay? This is Mom. So I said, Mom, hi. Hang on. I have to go somewhere else. I have something private to ask you. Because I called her over lunch at work. Oh my God, what is wrong? Nothing. I have to ask you a question. Hang on, let me go outside. So, like, I go outside. And then I was just like, so I like to be naked. Like, I'm naked whenever I get the appropriate chance. Oh, aren't you cold? Are you kidding? Yeah, burr. This is a learned behavior from you. Oh, no. I'm not ever naked. And I just, like, died. Like, are you kidding me? Well, no. Why would I be naked? And I'm just like, Mom, you were naked all of the time. And then Mom is just like, no. Well, my bedroom was on one side of the house, and then the bathroom was on the other. And I was like, I mean, it was more than that. Like, you were naked a lot. You can just be faster when you're naked. So, like, she's warming up to this truth, right? Like, my truth that Mom was naked all the time. Like, I had to butter her up for her to be like, yeah, it's naked. And then she's like, this is hard to do my mom in this weird accent that I'm choosing. It's fun, though. You know, when you're doing the dishes and you're wearing a robe and you have those big heavy sleeves just hanging in the sink. And sometimes it's easier just to take it off and just like let it hit the floor. And then, well, you're just doing everything so fast that I might as well clean the floor now too. And like at this point in the conversation, like I'm fucking dying. Like, oh my God, same so hard. And then she said, she fucking killed me. She was like, I was like jumping up and down outside. And she was like, I mean, I always had my robe hanging on my arm, so there was the intention of wearing it. And like, I'm fucking dead. Like, then I was like, Mom, I want to talk about this on the pod. And you're an important part of my story. And being naked is lovely. And it's hilarious to me that you don't think you were ever running around in the buff. Because that's like, it's like exclusively my childhood memory. And so like I'm sitting here and I'm stewing and I'm thinking about this entire situation in my childhood. I was like, God, well, she doesn't remember being naked as much as I do. So I'm like, maybe she wasn't naked that much. But then like, oh my God, no, she was naked a lot. And as I'm recalling all of this, like, it dawns on me that she only did this with me. Like, only when she and I were home. So I'm the youngest. And like, she wasn't this weird with the rest of the family. Just like me. And that makes so much sense. And to be perfectly clear, I did get Mom's permission to talk about this. And I was like, I can use you in like a third person narrative and be like, there's this woman in my life that I have on good authority that likes to be naked and scrubs the floors. And Mom was like, tell the truth. Telling the truth is a good thing. But like, it makes so much sense, right? That like, it dawned on me that Mom was only naked when it was just she and I. And like, she's comfortable with me. And that's like kind of nice to think about it in that way. And then, so then Mom was like, well, you have too many windows to be naked. And I'm like, oh, it's a balancing act, right? It's an art. And then she goes, you know, I had to shower twice a day because of those damn calves. Like, because we were farmers, she had a pass for nudity, but like something she wasn't owning like 3 minutes ago. And I'm just like, look, I love being in the buff, and there are no excuses that you have to make to me. So the way that she came around to owning her nakedness was really a joy for me today. And I was laughing at my desk at work for 3 hours after the fact because it's just so real, right? Like, it's so good. So I realized how much I love being naked and that I was really repeating my mother's behavior probably only like a year ago. And I was doing it all the time before that, but I never, just like my mom, I never owned up to it. And I'm like, why? Like, we should all be naked all the fucking time. So when I had this realization that I love being a nudie Judy, I text my buddy and I was like, hey, are there any nudist beaches around here? I think I'd be a really great nudist. And the response was, I mean, no, we live in Minnesota. Quickly followed up by, are you sure that you could be a nudist? So like, no, the world is not ready for me to publicly be nude, but like I am the most comfortable being nude. And like, let me be clear. I have a problem with nudity for me personally, when it's like butt to couch or butt to chair. Like, I need a cloth barrier. I don't sit on my, well, the couch that I have now is the first time that like I've ever saved up a pot of money to buy myself a bigger purchase than like just like a pair of pants, right? So I'm like, I'm not gonna get my dirty wind all over that. So like I'm just kind of realizing that now, right? Like that's actual nudist behaviors, like living your regular life in the skins. And I don't know, I couldn't even sit on my own couch. Like, there's that Seinfeld episode where he's dating the nudist, or I don't know if she just like liked being nude in his apartment. I don't remember how it actually played out. And he's like, basically his narrative was there's good naked and there's bad naked. And she's like opening a jar of pickles and fixing a bike. And he's like, oh, that's bad naked. Like, fuck off, Jerry. Like, naked is naked. And I don't want another man's narrative, like, about more female bodies. Like, just bye, Jerry. And I think when I made my discovery of really loving being in the buff, I really started playing with and enjoying fashion because I was into my body. Like my clothes became more than just like a means of covering up my body. Like they became an extension of myself because I already liked what was underneath. That sounds so cheesy and cliche coming out of my mouth right now. Like, my clothes became an extension of myself. But it's accurate. And as a plus size woman, I wish that I had more opportunities to explore that, right? Like, because there are so many limited options at my disposal, it's forced me to get really playful and creative and test the boundaries on plus size fashion. So like the example of wearing dresses as shirts and tunics, and wearing one piece swimsuits as bodysuits, and wearing men's robes as kimonos, right? Like I have to play with more of like a multi-purpose tool as my wardrobe that can play multiple roles. God, maybe that's a part of the reason like why I enjoy being nude. This is like a big self-discovery episode. Like maybe I enjoy being in the nude because I feel so limited about my clothing options. I'm getting very like chicken or the egg here. I can be swayed either way on this issue, guys. One of my favorite places on the planet is my gym's locker room. There's a sauna. There's a steam room that has eucalyptus oils. And I've finally figured out, me and my buddy figured out that you can pour water over the temperature and it'll keep the steam coming. It's like you trick it. It's like we figured out all the tricks now. There's a private women's hot tub and like good cold water and towels and razors and tampons. The tampons aren't good. There's mouthwash. You know, like I pay for that shit. And we're all naked. And it's not even a thing. Like you don't even realize it. So like try to get in a sauna when you're wearing a swimsuit, like get a good sweat on. You can't because moisture wicking is a bitch and you need to be naked to do it right. And I think that there's an interesting culture that's created around locker rooms. Like the first time that, at least for me, that I'm ever in a locker room, it's obvious because I'm always the modest one. And I'm like, I'm here to learn. Or I'm like, I need to go in and just learn the ropes and see what's appropriate. Because if it's like a more public YMCA situation and I'm the only one running around with my boobies out, the last thing that I want to do is make the grandma go like, oh, well, heaven's sakes. So the first trip to a locker room for me is always like a learn the rope situation. And maybe this is the reason that I thought I could join a nudist colony when I sent my buddy that text. I think that I could join, I'm thinking about it again. I think I could join a nudist colony if it was just women. Yeah, I would have to definitely just be women. I had a whole vision there. Or like test it out, like maybe vacation there for a week. So like my friend always wants me to come to Burning Man, and I was like, can I just like test it out for a day? So like that kind of situation. I mean, no, you can't just go to Burning Man for a day unless you have a gajillion dollars. So I'd like to test out a nudist colony for a week. Because in my head, like a nudist colony is just steam rooms and meditating. But in reality, it's like you need to go milk the goat or hoe the field. And you're in the nude. And rocks are sharp. So I let's call myself, I'm making up this term, a luxury nudist. The gym is definitely a luxury. Luxury nudist. I like that. That's another DIY t-shirt I'll make for myself tonight. Molly Wally Balls and Wiener is a luxury nudist. A book by Molly May. So the gym, like it's obviously like the biggest luxury in my life. And it's interesting because I'm so naked. And as a plus size woman, I feel so safe there. And relaxed. And like I'm there, I'm in public, I'm existing in our society as a naked plus size woman with other women. Like I'm not at home being naked. It's an interesting dichotomy. And also like it's interesting to me that locker room towels for plus size women are not a thing. I couldn't cover up at the gym if I wanted to. Like the towels they give you are basically like a glorified hand towel. And every gym is the same. It's so silly. And I remember the first time that I was like, well, here I go. Like they're going to get all of me. Cause like the first time, you know, like I said, you learn the ropes and I'm doing the sauna in the steam room in my swimsuit. And then I'm like, okay, I'll just take my top off. And that was fine. But then the next time I was like, nope, I'm going to go fully in the nude. And it was fine. And it's always fine. And like, go get naked. Go get naked. I remember we were camping, like an entire group of us friends in college, a co-ed situation. And it was right when I started having my I was a junior and I was starting to have my body issues. And everyone went skinny dipping except for me. And I've been skinny dipping 900 times since then. And every time that I go skinny dipping now, I'm like, wow, what a shitty missed opportunity that was. Because now I'm probably 100 pounds heavier than I was at that time. And I had all of that insecurity. Oh, God, go skinny dipping, guys. Hop the fence and go skinny dipping. It's the best. And it's like society is so controlling on our nudity. Like, go fucking do it. Break the rules. And the least that you could do is free yourself when you're at home. And I'm not saying like go expose yourself to your neighbors or run around topless when your family is home. Like, I don't know, maybe clear it with them first. Have a family conference. I need to be naked today. And I mean, like, I learned a lot from it. it's convenient being nude. You know, like 1 minute you'll be doing the dishes and you're doing them so fast because you don't want anyone to come in that all of a sudden, boom, you're on the floor and you're cleaning the floors. And like, I think that is so poetic what came out of my mom's mouth today. So do something naked today. Or put on your underwear and a satin robe and dance around. Like, I'm fucking serious. Like, watch how you fly. Like, get comfy with yourself. Get weird. And turn the music up really loud and pretend you're in a music video. And, like, just fucking free yourself. And then see how fun it is to get dressed. Thank you. I love you. Shabish. And if you got this far in the pod, I'm impressed as fuck and really grateful to have you listening. If you want to know more information about me or the show, check out the show page on matriarchdm.com, where we host all of the What I Can't Take Off, our progressive Spotify playlist from the songs of the week, and obviously the reminder of who to follow for the week, all in a nice little fucking Matriarch Digital Media bow. Theme song is Molly May by Ben Karen. Like, I'll never get over saying that. It's so good, right? Thanks for listening. You're so cute.